I wonder what cloud it's going to. I will figure it out. Okay, so bear with me when I try to figure out what screen I'm supposed to be sharing here. I have a whole bunch of stuff open on my screen. So let's go ahead and get started with just this. You will see me look at my iPad. Yes, this is what I want to show you right now. Good. So today we're going to talk about a few different things. I want to lead the discussion. Please talk to me. So let's start with first class. Let's talk about two different types of rewards by points earned, and then like lesson specific, because they're kind of fun if you do lesson specific ones. And then there's a couple of questions and discussion time at the end. So first class, no class list. Oh crap. Well, not really oh crap, because I don't know if you guys are used to it or not, but I'm kind of used to no class list at this point. So there are so many things that you can do, but if you don't have a class list, it's best to kind of keep it simple.
Dude, Jackie's got a workshop going. She uses the VIP Kid logo. She's
Hello. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So keeping it simple is what you need to do. Like there's no reason to make it all profound and big and anything. You're there to teach. You're not there to give them rewards. Those are fun, but it's not really the main part, you know? So today I will show you what I do when I do have a class list. Let's see if I can share that one. Here it is. So if I have a class list, I have made this little thing. So I have 3 classes on here. This is school 1. This is who, So this is who I have on Sundays. Class 1, grade 6. I have Monday and I have Wednesday. Okay. This is just in a Google slide. And I did plan on giving this to you in the chat, which I still can and will right now. So here is the document that I am using for just for today's discussion. So these are all linked in there. Everything that I have open is linked in this, so you can always get it back. So my Sunday, I have kindergarten advanced 1. I have 4 teams. It's obvious they're the apples, the bananas, etc. This apple links back to this. This orange links back to this. And then up here, the name links back to my day. So if I happen to have more than one on the same day, I can get back to it quick. Here's Wednesday. Eagle, flower, grass, goat, and dream. I'm sure you all have some interesting things too. I actually forget what all these were. Superstar, Victor, Just Me, Main Melody, and Perfect. It's sometimes kind of hard to find a graphic, but eventually I will only use the graphic to say stand up or do something, or I haven't developed it yet, but I really want to do some type of whole semester thing for each class or for each group. I haven't worked it out in my head yet. Does anybody have an idea for a whole semester, like a cumulative thing? I only taught like singleton classes last semester, so I don't have this at all. Anyone? No ideas yet? We'll get there. I think as we start teaching, we'll kind of like think of things and develop it. So there's my class list. So how do I use it? I put this in presentation mode, but I don't have this in presentation mode when I was teaching. I used it last night, actually. I'm in backspacing. There, so I am not in edit mode, I'm in edit mode now, which means I can still click. I can still use my links. I will click like this, and I'll go straight to slide 14. So I'll just have a custom area over it for in my Minicam. But then during class, if, let's see, Nicole, good job, Nicole, you just said something as an individual student. So now you're going to be blue, which means next time Nicole knows that she's already been called on, it's somebody else's turn next time. I did this with a couple of classes last semester, and they caught on super quick. And they knew that, well, Nicole knew to not raise her hand anymore, and everybody else knew that eventually they would have to raise their hand and you know, say something. So anyway, that's what I used. Boy and girl rewards. I mean, there's a ton of them, right? Boy, girl, team 1, team 2, whatever. There's a bunch of really good ones in the one-to-many drive in the one-to-many drive. They're not currently in the Google Slides drive. We're trying to get her to add them. So anyway, if you want to do boy, girl, hey Jennifer. If you want to do boy, girl, check those out. There's also some really good ones, really good ideas for that in the Slides drive too. So like this family members, you just pick a family member. You know, maybe it's the brother first. All right, girls, do you want to be dad or mom? Dad or mom? I want to be mom. Okay. It will always go from the left to the right. So dad got 4, and mom got 3. Ah, womp womp. Okay. I want to be a sister. Okay. Sister gets 3. So the girls get 3, the boys get 5. So this is a version of teacher versus student that I wanted to show you because it's interesting. It's not completely teacher versus student, and it goes a little bit quicker. You only have to have one person choose. And then just team rewards DIY. Oh, that's down here. New share. I used this last night also, and it worked pretty well. I had my custom area just over the girl-boy part. So they didn't see anything except for girl-boy and like the table and the words girl-boy. I mean, I literally just drug the stuff over, and you know, one person's hamburger got bigger than the others, and it was fine. It was fun. And then of course by the end, everybody had the same number. They all had the full meal. So they get the final funny video. All right, so that's boy, girl. Do you have any other ideas about boy, girl? I mean, boy, girl is kind of just boy, girl. All right, so let me get back to this. So when there is not a class list, I also like to do these, I call it, I mean, it's titled team greeting choices, but I just let them pick a number. And they're all yelling different numbers. So, you know, maybe I have 4 or 5 numbers that I want them to do. So I wait till I think I heard 4. Okay, 4. Dance break. And then I'm like, I can't see you. And it really just engages them. I do make them say dance break, you know, or I'll make them say, these are all different numbers, heart hands for the groups that are just a little bit more reserved. Shake hands. Man, some of those groups that just need to move, whew, you can use this one, and then they know to bring it back down when you're teaching the next part. So I use this a lot. I'll probably add to it, but I don't know how without adding more numbers. All right, so let's look at some of these. Yes, these are all done on Google Slides and how to use them. I am doing a Zoom on generally how to use Google Slides. I'm going to show you how to find stuff within the Google Slides drive. using the Finder and stuff. So I will get to that with another with another workshop Zoom thing. Again, these are all very unofficial because I'm making them up. Next, I'm really excited. Beth Pender in the, oh no, I'm on the wrong page here. Oh, high fives. These are always good. The littles love acting out exactly what they see them doing. Like sometimes they're jumping, sometimes it's a big back and then like this. That the littles have loved doing that. The dino stars, I mean, literally just stars that look like dino. I have found that they don't know who Dino is, which, why would they? So I plan on making Dino a big deal in these classes, and hopefully like they understand who Dino is and get excited about Dino. And I don't know, Dino is in different things, but they don't really understand that he's a big deal. So yeah. All right, this is where I pause and say, what do you do? Anybody? What is something that you've done that works well? Yeah.
Well, I will talk. I've only taught about 4 REP classes, and I've only ever done just like, superhero rewards or princess, very basic paper. So I'm just kind of here to learn like how you use Manicam. I've never used it before. I don't even use it for my MC classes, but it seems like it works well with these classes, which you have so many students. It just seems like a better setup with them, and especially with the tracking, like you said, the students to see who they call on. But I've just used really basic rewards so far.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people just use basic rewards, and that's totally fine. Like this is like to the nth degree with Manicam and green screening and slides. So don't feel like you have to do this by any means. I've worked my way up to this and I have fun doing it. I'm entertaining myself. So this is why I use this.
Makes sense.
Who else? What else do you do? What has worked well?
Okay, so can you hear me? I use Manicam and green screening and Google Slides in all of my regular classes. So
Awesome.
What I'm confused on, because I started last semester, but how do you do the individual rewards versus group rewards? That's where I'm getting all confused.
So I don't necessarily I don't pick out, I personally don't pick out an individual reward, but I mean, I'll always have these stars going up for the class, they're always going up. But then I've also got, when an individual does something, I'll bring up a little star. Oh, this one's yours. Good job. That was just for you.
Okay, that's a good idea.
That's what I do. I don't know how else to do it.
And you usually at the end, do all of your teams kind of have the same amount? That's what I've done. And I'm like, I don't know.
Not necessarily. A lot of times, yes. But not necessarily. Like sometimes the girls win, sometimes the boys win. When I'm doing teacher versus student, if there's like 5 teams, they get to pick one time and that's their score.
Okay.
Whoever picked 5, those are the winners for the day. And no one has hard feelings about it because it's a chance thing.
Yeah, what I do on Manicam, if I've got the team names already, like one of my classes is Pineapples and Geniuses, I do a split screen. And so I have a pineapple icon and a genius icon, and then I can just, flip to that preset and put them on there. So they seem to like that.
That is something that yes.
Yeah, if I were I'm on my iPad. If I were on my computer, I would show you, but.
I actually have, I think, an idea of what you're doing. I'm trying to bring it up. There it is. So this is one of the things I made, like
kind of like that, yeah.
This picture.
Yes.
So I have this as a slide that things can be added to it every week. Like this is where my mind is currently for the cumulative awards, because I have it open. It's right here. Let me share my screen, and then I like this idea. This is where I'm at for these cumulative rewards, but I'm not completely there yet. So like 5 teams, right? Something like this.
Oh, yeah. See, I've never had more than 3 teams or 4 teams, I think, but yeah.
So let's just say I'm going to do, let's do 5 teams. I'm going to copy, go down to 5 teams, paste, and then just kind of drag. So I would make these a lot smaller, all of them, which I can do right now, but I don't want any of these to be on there. I have too many things right now. There. No, I'm just doing one. I can't do it on the fly. I'm getting nervous. People are watching me. So I would make it small like this. And then I mean, I've got this idea where, okay, we're doing a duck lesson or a shark or ping pong. We'll do ping pong because everyone is crazy over ping pong. I'm going to copy and go back down to my little, wherever I was down here, and paste. So I can make these bigger. If I have a hold of all of them, I can make them bigger and smaller to make them all fit on these lines.
Okay.
So this is what I don't know. I'm not there yet. I have to teach a couple more classes that are repeats. I taught way too many singletons. I haven't thought about it too much yet, you know. But I like this.
I like that idea.
Keep talking about this. Keep thinking about it. Let's keep the discussion going on.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going. So that was first class. Rewards by points earned. All right. So I have, these are obviously just teacher versus student. That's easy enough. Turtles. They have a hard time saying turtle. 5 points, 4, 3. Or emotions. They love making faces. So I make them make a face, and then they get points. And then something that was so cool that Beth Pender made, these are called I Dare Yous. I haven't changed any of them yet because I haven't used one yet. But this, shake your bottom, or the teacher gets a point. It can be girl boy, it can be team 1 versus team 4. Like it can be, there's some potential in this one. And there's 3 or 4 different ones. There's dance, movement and dance, there's animals, and then there's just a general teacher versus student. I can see myself using this a lot. She just created it like a week or 2 ago. So I'm excited to do that one. Let's move on to lesson-specific rewards. So lesson-specific rewards are so fun because they extend the lesson, but they also have like a fun factor to them. So, you don't have to get something else to keep them engaged. So here are some examples. Here are some examples I've made. Oh, I'm going out of order. So this is something, this needs to be full screen. You can't see it. I'm glad I have my iPad open this time so I can see what you can see. I was a mess about it last time. All right. So I've made this thing where I have literally as many lessons that I know of in order, in numerical order. And I have the lesson name, the prop, and the reward that I used. I am a huge advocate for lesson-specific rewards. 1, I don't have to think about if I've used them before. And 2, it really does extend the lesson. It makes them understand things just that much more. And I love them. Um, what's going on in here? Let's see. Yeah. Ooh, I keep clicking stuff. So some of the different ones that I use are like The Simpsons. For the there's a couple different family ones. Who's missing? It's mom. They love yelling this. They love yelling, brother. Another one. Ooh, I just clicked off. That was the Magician Dino of hybrid animals. So that I can get it back open quick. Yeah. So people who look like the pets pop the balloons for littles. Pop, pop, pop. You've seen these in the slides group. These are all people that look like their pets. It's pretty funny, actually. So, and then the magician dino for hybrid animals that I have in like the savannah lesson. An elephant and a butterfly. Poof. I'm showing you a couple of these because I don't know what you have seen in the slides group and what you haven't, how much you use slides or not. So these make discussions. They make people laugh. It breaks down those walls and barriers. Anything that you can use that's funny is awesome for these kids. And then some favorites that other people have made. Dress dino. Can we go bad with that? I don't think so. So obviously, spring. I'm clicking through these real quick. These are like multiple clicks. There's also lesson-specific rewards for all of the holidays. Dance off for any type of, like the sweat lesson. This one was great for the sweat lesson. They pick the number and, do the robot. And that group has to do the robot. I had one LT that was encouraging the kids so much that I like had to rein the LT back in because I'm like, I have to teach a sweat lesson. Come on. And then color wheel. I had a class that went nuts over, here's green. And then like throwing green up. Where do I have it? Oh, I have a hair tie. Throwing green up into the camera, the close ones, and then in the back, holding up real high, standing on their chair. Like that was not good, but it was good because they were super engaged. There's just so many opportunities with slides and extension by using lesson-specific rewards. Okay, so now it has the point. What do you do? Because I'm here to learn just as much as I'm here to talk. Does anyone else use lesson-specific rewards? Or are they all just kind of random and fun?
For the Thanksgiving dinner, I used the tap and reveal, like, oh, you get a turkey. You know, this team gets but that's as far as I've gotten with lesson-specific rewards.
Mm-hmm. I think last semester was tough because there wasn't a whole lot. There wasn't many Google Slides, first of all. So you had to like come up with them on our own. We're building up that library now. So I feel like lesson-specific rewards are something more doable this semester. You can't just do lesson-specific for every random lesson you have. You just can't. But I feel like we're getting to that point. And for lesson-specific rewards, do you use them for the class, team, or individual? Honestly, there's a kangaroo lesson. I use them for both. So I use them as a class reward if the group chose the number. It's a find a star. So if that group chose a number that has a star, yes, good job, team 3. You got a star for the class. Good job. Sometimes I use it for both. I never use my reward for the individual. The individual is literally just, what can you say the sentence or can you answer the question? You get a little individual star on your own. That's what I do, though. It's not right. It's not wrong. It's not right. It's just what I do. Anyone else about lesson-specific rewards? All right. Well, let's keep talking. So finally, we have discussion. How and when do you award the group stars? Is there a right way? Is there a wrong way? There's obviously no stars in the classroom. If you don't have many, Cam, what do you do? Is that a dog? Is that a snore or a dog? I think someone fell asleep. Oh gosh, I'm not exciting at all. That's awesome. Okay. Whew. So to me,
hold up a star like this.
uh-huh. Do you have like multiple ones that you hold up like in a row or?
I got like different ones. So each time they get a different one.
Nice. Okay. Good. What else do you do? Like I use Minicam and I want this to be something for everyone to think about and get an idea from.
I used the stars in a jar in my classes last week, and what I just had one open and had the team names on each one, and they loved that. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Erica in the chat box says you had stars in your classroom? I don't think there were stars in the classroom last semester. Maybe I didn't have any stars in my classroom last semester. So we would love to have stars, but I didn't have any like in our MC classes where you can click the stars. They don't have that. Yes, Rocasia, this is a green screen. We can go wherever you'd like to go. Let's go to like a mariachi or something, and we can go anywhere. Let's see. Oh, Rocasia, is that a green screen? Ha ha ha! Is that a green screen, Rocasia? No? It's very nice. So you put them on your whiteboard, okay.
Yeah, I got it from AliExpress. I think it was like $8.
Nice.
And it's just on my regular wall line. I just use Scotch tape. It doesn't, and it just comes off easily, and it stays up there.
I love when things are super simple and look awesome.
Thank you.
Let's see. It's fine, Erica. We want stars. Maybe you're dreaming. Was that you snoring? I don't think it was you. I know who it was. I muted her. Well, that was funny. I can't get over that. Do you give individual stars after volunteering? Should we? I don't know. Is it something that you even want to build in as you get those if you volunteer? It's just kind of like your preference, right?
If I have, I normally don't really call for a volunteer. Like I have, for all of my classes, I've made these. So it has their team name and their Chinese and American name.
Uh-huh.
And so if I called one of them up, like when we get to something I want individuals, I'll just randomly look at one of my cards and see who I haven't already called.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just say, Johnny, where's Johnny? And then they'll stand up and I'll say, come here. And they'll come up. I've never had a problem with them not coming. So they'll come up and I'll tell them what I want and they'll do it. And then I'll give them a little sticker star and I'll put next to their name to show, hey, you got a star. Let me see if I can find one. Yeah. I'll say like, hey, you got a star.
Uh-huh.
And then they get so happy, like, wow, you actually had my name and I got something? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
they get pumped when they see their name on the big screen.
mm-hmm.
They do. They love it. If there's
Yes.
a way to do that for Manicam or not Manicam or slides or not slides or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
make sure
And
you
it
do
just
that.
makes
They
it
love it.
easy on me that I keep the stars there basically forever. So then I know who I have and haven't called on. So I'm not like calling on the same people all the time.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Do you guys feel like there's like not enough time? Like individual, group, like 27 songs that you're supposed to sing. I don't know.
Yeah, so the way I got over that is I don't teach all the slides. We're allowed to skip around here. We are the teacher, and they have given us, our PowerPoint. They've given us, this is what we would like them to know by the end. And if you can get them there by skipping some of those extra slides, like there are a couple of different slide types that I'm like, I don't get this. I don't, as a teacher, that's not who I am, but I get into this one. So I'll spend a little extra time on here and skip this one and this one, just to make sure that they have the concept by the end. And as far as individual, group, team, etc., we're not required to do anything. However, they want us to try to, because it makes sense. Obviously the class, but getting groups up, smaller groups, and getting them to speak individually, it's super important. You can't really hear their pronunciation otherwise when they're all going, rah, rah, and all you hear is because it's too loud.
Like one slide that I've seen a lot that I really don't care for is I think it's on the song lessons. They usually have like a pyramid, and that you step up an interactive character, and they just have to say that word.
Jump, 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 jump.
Many
Run,
times.
run, 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 run.
Yeah.
I make them say it 5 times fast. I don't know what else to do with it.
And whoever says it first or whatever, they get the trophy. And I'm like, okay, I don't get that one.
No, I make my own thing up. So if the teacher tip says this is what they're supposed to do, but I'm like, it's really just to remember run and jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna make them say it 5 times fast and say it 5 times fast in next slide.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like those tips, they're there. They're there for us to teach. I don't want to discredit, anything about them, but at the same time, we can do whatever we want with them. If we don't want to teach it that way, we don't need to.
Mm-hmm. And that's the reason they're called tips.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
again,
wish though that you could see the tips in the classroom though. I know what was it? I think 2 semesters ago you could, but since they took it away, I'm now having to plan even more so I can actually either remember it or write it down. What am I supposed to do here? That type of thing.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, which is why when I'm making my slides, sometimes I will have a slide that has a question on it. What do you see? I am probably never, ever going to put that slide up, what do you see? But it's going to remind me to say, what do you see? Mm-hmm. So when I'm making my slides, I'm doing them as much for me as for them, because you can't see those tips, and I'm not going to remember all of them. And I don't know. It's just hard. Mm-hmm. Even if I've studied and I'm ready, I'm going to forget. I'm eventually going to forget. So just do your best.
Classes I had this week, I just took a little Post-it note and I write slide 11, whatever. Just something I can quickly look down to remember, okay, this is what I wanted to do up here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it would be a lot easier if we could see it in the classroom like we do with the one-to-one classes.
Yeah. We are working with what we are given, and we are making the best of it and having fun too. So
yes.
What else? What else about rewards? Anything? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording because where's that? Oh, Stop recording.